Whenever I hear candidates saying this, oh, I need a industry standard 30% hike or industry standard 25% hike, I'm generally confused. Which industry? What hike? Optimizing for intent. You're continuously optimizing for people who are going to be with you in trenches, who are going on a war with you, already knowing that it's a war. They're not the ones who are only buying a lottery ticket. My first 30 people who joined me, all 30 people came on pay cuts. Transparently telling them that the ride is going to be tough. There is a chance that they may not make it. In early stage, and specifically in early stage, in your stage of hiring, one thing that I can say is that salary negotiation के वक्त जो ये हाइक है फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस सैलरी, आई थिंक इसका कोई थंब रूल नहीं होता. I feel very strongly about it, and I will share some examples from our own life. But whenever I hear candidates saying this, or even employers buying this, that oh, I need a industry standard 30% hike or industry standard 25% hike, I'm generally confused. Which industry? What hike? And what standard? Like, what are we talking about here? I don't think there is any standard. I don't think there is any rule to give hike or get hike, when you switch a job. When you're hiring, especially in early stages, as I said before, you are continuously optimizing for intent. You're continuously optimizing for people who are going to be with you in trenches, who are going on a war with you, already knowing that it's a war. They're not the ones who are only buying a lottery ticket. Like, if they believe that your company can return, something great, some great wealth for them eventually, super, that's great. But if that's the only reason to join, gonna be a bad ride. Actually, gonna be a very, very rough ride for them. And anything bad for them will eventually, become bad for you. If you're continuously optimizing for intent, one hack that I have seen and I have used, actually, we continue to use it till today in certain cases, is to never hire on hike. And while watching this, understand this advice from me, that there is no hard rule against it. But what I'm trying to convey here is, what are the ways to definitely qualify intent? It is not about saving money, and it is not about saving that hike. Fact is that if you are ready to afford somebody's X amount of salary, I am 200% sure you can afford 20% higher than X. So idea is not to save 20%. Idea is that how many opportunities do you have where you qualify intent in such a way that it lands almost every time? For me, that one hack has been hiring on no hike. In fact, in my early days, I hired on pay cuts. And before your jaw is dropped or you bite your nails, I can tell you that I almost hired 30 plus people. My first 30 people who joined me, all 30 people came on pay cuts. And by pay cut, I mean whatever they were getting in their previous job, 5% lower than that. That's all. It was just a indicative pay cut. It was not really a pay cut, right? They also have bills to pay. अगर मेरे साथ काम करने से उसका रेंट नहीं पे हो पाएगा अगले महीने, तो फिर पॉइंट क्या है? So it was just an indicative pay cut because I was continuously firing them up with my vision. I was continuously optimizing for why are they trying to work with me. मुझे ऐसी कोई गलत फहमी नहीं थी कि मैं कोई अवतार हूँ और मेरे से अच्छी कंपनी दुनिया में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है. मुझे काफ़ी कंफर्म था कि मेरे अलावा भी दुनिया है एंड इनके पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शन होंगे. एंड अगर किसी के पास ऑप्शन ही नहीं है तो मैं मजबूरी में भी उसके साथ काम नहीं करना चाहता. बट आई वाज कॉन्टिन्यूअसली ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट इफ पीपल कैन टेक अ बेट ऑन मी by taking a little bit of pay cut. But how was this pay cut designed? Why were these people, allowing this? I was not basically asking them to take a pay cut because I don't have money. I was asking them to take a pay cut because of three things. One, I was transparently telling them that the ride is going to be tough. There is a chance that they may not make it, or they may not be able to bring the value which they are promising in this interview. But they wanted me to take a bet on them. I also told them that I want to take a bet on you. The money that I'm going to pay you, it is already difficult. It is a startup. I am, trying to get the plane off the ground. Why don't you take a little bit of pay cut for first 3 months? This was only for 3 months. And I was actually writing in the offer letter that after 3 months, I'm going to increase it by 10% of your previous one. So 15% from here at the start of 4th month, irrespective. But if you actually perform well within 1st month or within 2nd month, we can actually flip this early as well. But it's going to be my discretion because I don't want to promise you which I will not make. What was it earning me? It was earning me 2-3 things. One, this tool came in extremely handy when I was not able to take a bet on somebody for ₹1 lakh a month. Somebody, let's say, came at a 12 lakh package. और मुझे लग रहा था कि यार अफोर्डेबल नहीं है ये, मुश्किल है. एंड उसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि पैसे नहीं है, पर शायद एक तो पैसे नहीं ही हैं और ऊपर से अगर ₹1 लाख महीना हमने इस कैंडिडेट को दिया और अगर वो नहीं हुआ जो इसने प्रॉमिस किया है तो बहुत बुरे हाल होंगे. वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू रिकवर फ्रॉम इट. पर अब इस कैंडिडेट ने मुझे ₹5,000 का डिस्काउंट दे दिया. इस ₹5,000 से मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा, पर मुझे एकदम से लगा कि दिस पर्सन वाज आस्किंग फॉर 1.2 lakh. नाउ दे आर रेडी टू जॉइन मी इन 95,000. They have taken a bet on me and they are taking a bigger bet on their own skill, on their own promise. Because अगर उसको आयोटा भी डाउट है कि वो अपना प्रॉमिस पूरा नहीं कर पाएगा, why will they join? They will stay away from me. They will say कि नहीं हमें नहीं करना है. And enough people said no, by the way, so don't get this wrong. I hired 30 people, might have got rejected by 150. So I might have probably done enough interviews to get to, let's say, 180 people. 150 of them said कि नहीं भाई, तू अपनी जॉब भी रख ले, अपनी अपॉर्चुनिटी भी रख ले, हमें नहीं काम करना. Which was actually fair and I was very respectful to that rejection. इस 5,000 के लॉस से मुझे उनका इंटेंट दिख गया और मुझे उनका इंटेंट मेरे ऊपर बेट लेने से ज्यादा खुद के ऊपर बेट लेने का दिखा. Their confidence was very, very high. Second, I realized that they are taking a bigger bet because they are letting go of that 10%, 20% hike. And third, I am placing a promise on table, which is within 3 months, I'm going to make it 10% higher from the previous one. That means I am also walking the half part. And I'm saying, if you prove yourself within first 3 months, I am going to, make it good for you. I will make sure that you don't feel that you're at a loss working with me. In fact, you should feel, good.